I started our third week of work on the trailer vacation rental in Calgary. I have to travel to Calgary for work once a month, so I spent a week and a half there. As you can see, it was beautiful and snowy for a lot of it. I also got to dog sit a friend's dog while she went away, so that was an added bonus. But on Wednesday, April 1st, I came back home to the Kootenays, and we're now spending the Easter long weekend doing tons of work and catching up on projects that Shawn has been working on while I was away. So welcome to week 3 and 4, technically.
So I took off the cowl to our heat pump and just kind of looking at everything in here. Wasp's nest, stink bug bodies, and all kinds of disaster, including the fins being damaged a little bit. I'm thinking this might be one of the reasons why the heat pump is kind of half working. So I'm going to give it a clean this morning. I don't have an air compressor, so I'm just going to use my vacuum and plug it into the out blowing, and then that should blow all this stuff out of here. I brought up this wasp thing in case some of these wasps are only almost dormant. So yeah, hopefully that gets everything looking better. We'll be able to see stuff clearer and make sure that this thing can function properly. But yeah, this could be one of the reasons it was being a little bit troublesome for us. So my preference with wasps is to be safe, so all of the nests that I blew out of the heat pump, I just kind of gathered up on the ground here and then burnt it, just to make sure there's not going to be any larvae or something in there living and flying back and being a problem for us in the future. So as you can kind of hear, I have this working currently on air conditioning, so I'm just going to see how this functions, make sure none of the fins are freezing up. Air conditioning is usually a little easier on it than heating, so I'll get that going first, make sure that's still functioning, and fire on the heat, and hopefully we can get this whole thing going. So, but yeah, wasps gone, and just kind of tidying the trailer up this morning and getting stuff a little bit more organized, just so I can get some wood and do some framing. So yeah, the heat pump's firing on, the thermostat's set. You can kind of feel if there's cool air. It's a little cool. It's not, I wouldn't say it's pumping it out, but yeah, it definitely is cooling it down in here. I think this started at 55 a couple of minutes ago. So yeah, we'll get that cooled down, make sure that functions. But yeah, as you can see, kind of cleaned all the junk out of the trailer. Just setting this area up because I'm going to put some insulation in behind these panels here just to make it a little bit better. I'm going to fur out a wall right in here, about 4 inches or so. Frame that out just so we can put a fireplace in here and get a shelf on this area for the TV. I'll frame out this sort of splitting entertainment / dining room wall. Get that framed out. Probably frame out the banquette and get those seats set up. Figure out exactly where I'm going to be putting the DC inverter. And yeah, as you can see, we kind of got this counter. These are done. I'm currently making the countertop. I decided against using a laminate, and I'm just doing my own kind of barnwood butcher block that I'm probably going to end up finishing in epoxy, just because I've used epoxy before on tables, and to get it to look like what we want it to look like, I think we're going to have to use the epoxy. Yeah, cleaned up the back room here too, the bedroom. Still got to figure this out exactly. I mean, all of this is going to be tucked under the bed, but I do want it cleaned. I want to make sure there's no water coming in. We'll figure out what we're going to be doing with this section, but we've kind of decided on a couple of different door styles to have covering the washroom and then closing off for the bedroom. Still kind of trying to figure stuff out in the washroom here, make it interesting and functional. So yeah, you're going to have to stay tuned for that. But yeah, so I think tomorrow I'll be going to pick up some lumber. I've got to actually get a table saw that'll help me with a bunch of this stuff, because trying to do things like this using a circular saw is a tough gig. So anyway, yeah, we got things ready. Yeah, you can see it was at 53 when I first showed you, 53 point something, 0.3. So yeah, temperature's going down. So yeah, we'll keep you up to date, make sure the heat pump's going to work, and yeah, over and out. So good morning. We're just doing a little bit of actual build-up work in the trailer now, so I thought I'd do a quick little video on something I've been kind of working on putting together. So we talked about wanting to put in this separation wall here, and so I'm just dry fitting the framing. So we kind of just wanted to see what this would look like. So I've got to dry fit it in there. I want to repair the walls back in behind there first before I get this put in. But yeah, so we put this in, and what it'll do is it'll just separate the dining area kind of thing once we put the banquette in there, and then kind of a little living room area. We want to put a couch over on this side. So yeah, like it's not too small. It still gives us a decent amount of room over here. But yeah, and then I'm making this live edge little coffee bar going in here. Gotta do some sanding down, clean this up. I've just got some glue, some wood filler in there. So once we get that kind of set up, then I'll be able to get this wall done. The framing's gonna fit, and then yeah, I gotta get started on framing out the furring wall over there, banquette over here, and then we can start looking at how we want to finish this up. But yeah, I think it seems to fit in there pretty good. I think it's going to look all right. I get a little coffee maker in there and some shelving and stuff. So yeah, so far I like what I'm seeing, and hopefully you guys do too.
Good morning, Baba. How are you? Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Good Friday. I got home from my trip yesterday, and I haven't looked inside the trailer yet, so we will be doing that in a little bit. But I wanted to show you the state of the ever growing I don't want to call it mess, because there's purpose to it. So, but the ever growing pile of stuff that is accumulating on our back porch here. and Shawn's brand new table saw, which she was very excited about. So this is the state of the wood pile as of week, I think we're week 3, week 4 here. I obviously didn't film a whole bunch while I was away. Shawn sent me some stuff that I will throw in this video because he was obviously doing work while I wasn't here. But this is what we're starting with. So we're gonna go out and check out the trailer. I'm excited. I feel like there's something in there that he's been doing that he is excited for me to see. So let's go take a look. All right. Let's get in here. Holy cow. So it's even starting to get hard for me to remember what it looks like before, but we're starting to see things look a lot different. So this wall here, if you guys remember, was all ripped up. And now Shawn has got, I can't remember what he called it, but it's like a drywall paste. That's probably the wrong word. But he's using it to basically even it out so that it's the same level as the rest of the wall, because there were some areas where some pretty big chunks came out. So he's just using that to even it out so that we can paint. He's also framed out. Let's see if I can get around here. He's also framed out the extension here where we're going to put, I believe, an electric fireplace and then put a mantle on top there, but it needs to come out from the wall a little bit, basically so we can make it flush. We can't take out a whole bunch of this area here because I believe there are propane tanks. So we kind of have to create an artificial wall. The floor still looks the same. We haven't done anything with that yet. But I think the biggest thing is this area here. So this is the wall that I mentioned that we're going to put in just to kind of create a little bit of a different space as you go from here to here, just to kind of separate things a little bit. But also we wanted to have kind of a coffee bar situation going on. There is not a lot of counter space in here. As you can see, it's just a little kind of kitchenette. The counter space right now is being taken up by construction supplies. So we wanted to create a little area here where we can put, like, you know, a little coffee maker and mugs and kind of stuff for coffee and tea and all that jazz. So kind of have that here. And then Shawn has built, I mean, this is very early stages. This is not what the finished product will look like, obviously. But he's built a banquette, and this very nicely covers up all of the wiring, and I believe there's some plumbing stuff even. So it's all encased. Shawn said he was able to encase it all in this one here. And then he built this beautiful tabletop for this area here. So we're also going to probably paint this, spray paint this, probably black, so it's not staying as it is right now. We're refinishing it. But this is the table that he built, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So excited about that. We also have the countertop here. It's not affixed yet. We were just kind of seeing how it looks. And there's some refinishing that has to be done on it because this right now is just kind of raw wood, but we're going to put a food safe like lacquer, maybe epoxy. We'll see. Probably a food safe lacquer so that it closes everything up. You can safely cook on it, put food on it, maybe kind of cut things on it. But right now we're kind of just seeing how it looks. You can't totally see because, like I said, it's covered, but it does look really good. He's also started priming the areas of the kitchen here that we will be painting. We're painting the drawers too. They just haven't been primed yet. We're testing out the primer. And then that wall is missing. We've had to remove more stuff than we thought to, just because of how we want to set up the doors back here, because we want to close the bedroom off and then obviously close the bathroom off. So this wall here had to come down, which is fine. We're going to put obviously put something there to replace it. And then Shawn's also gonna do a little bit of work on some of the bathroom stuff. Like he's gonna silicone the tub in some areas and do a little repair where stuff was sort of just slapped up. We've also taken out, I don't know if you remember, but there was a door and then a rack you could pull out for like a pantry. But we're gonna do something else with this. I think we'll probably still put shelves in so it can act as storage, but yeah, it's kind of cool. But we took that all of the um, baskets out. We took the door off. That's primed. The bathroom still kind of looks the same. We haven't done a whole bunch in here yet, mostly just because we've been trying to improvise what we're gonna do or think about what we're gonna do with the sink area here. I think we have an idea, I'm pretty sure, but we just have to kind of put it into action. And the bedroom more or less looks the same. I don't think a whole bunch has been done in here just yet, but this area is cleaned up, so everything's out of there. And yeah, so it really makes this a much bigger space, because I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a bifold door in this area so it closes it off. And then we're going to do kind of like a little sliding barn door here. So everything's just more easily accessible. You can have both doors open at once if you really want to. You don't feel like you're smacking the doors together, which was kind of what was happening before with the original setup. So yeah, it already looks I don't know, like I think just the walls being a little whiter in some areas and the primer in other areas, and this whole setup here has just started to make it a lot brighter and feel a lot newer. And I think it's going to look so cool when we're done with it. I'm really, really excited. I'm the most excited here about this little area. I think it's just going to be so cute, so fun. We were sitting kind of in here last night having a beer, and we have a whole house to do that in, but we were outside doing it here, and even without any cushions on it, it's already a pretty comfortable little setup, and the table is just the perfect height. So we are very excited. I guess this technically counts for week 3 and 4 just because I was away, but I'm going to grab a whole bunch of content this week for week 5. And I hope you guys will stick around. I hope you'll subscribe. I hope you'll like some videos, watch some videos, and we'll see you guys next week.